In the last video, in the GST concept series, we learned about the basics of GST. We learned how we cannot file returns without actually knowing the law, how GST is an indirect tax, it is a destination-based consumption tax, what is CGST, what is SGST, what is IGST, and how Act rules and notifications have to be read together in order to understand the law. Continuing in the same series, in this video, in a very short video, we'll be discussing the concept of levy under GST. So, let's begin. Hi everyone, this is Nikita and welcome to GST Learning Hub. So in this video, as I said, we'll be discussing the concept of levy. What is levy? Levy is the act of charging a tax, a fee or a fine. Let's take for instance, all of us know that there are certain traffic rules in the country. The minute you jump a signal or you stop beyond the zebra crossing, you know that you might be required to pay a fine. Now what is this fine? This fine is nothing but a levy or a charge only because you jumped the signal or broke the rules. So only when you perform this act, that particular charge or fine is levied. Similarly, in GST, the concept of levy is just the same. GST is levied only if you enter into those specific kind of transactions. That is, the transaction of supply of goods and or the transaction of supply of services. So when you study the GST law under section 7 to section 9, you will be told or you will understand that there will be certain goods that will be taxable, there will be certain supply of goods that will be taxable, certain supply of goods that is non-taxable, and certain supply of goods that are exempt. Similarly, there will be certain supply of services that are taxable, supply of services that are exempt, and supply of services that are not taxable. For instance, if you ever noticed, if you go to a supermarket to buy vegetables and certain packets of biscuits or chocolates, you take the bill and you see on the vegetables the rate will be nil provided they are not branded, that is, no branding is done on the vegetables, and on the biscuits and the chocolates the rate of GST will be mentioned, say 18 or 28 as the case may be. So in this manner, the concept of levy will tell us that what are the goods or services which are to be covered under GST, which have been exempted from the time being from GST, and which are those transactions that will never be covered under GST. So for instance, if I am buying a house, now the builders always say that no GST, you can buy this house without GST. Why do they say that? Now after a property is completed, you get a completion certificate, and the minute you get a completion certificate, it becomes an immovable property. And immovable property cannot be goods, and hence they are not taxable under GST. So in this manner, levy is actually a 3-hour long discussion. But in this video, all I want to cover is the concept of levy. I hope you've understood the concept of levy. In this concept series, we'll have 6 videos. The next video, the third video, will be on the concept of time of supply. So, I'll see you guys in the next one.